Hello, you wonderful people, and welcome to another episode of Bring It Back. This being a show where I talk about TV shows that were canceled and or short-lived that I would like to see get brought back in some shape or form. For today's episode, I'm going to talk about the ABC original series Emergence. If you're unaware what Emergence is, it's this science fiction, mystery drama where basically there's I think she's a sheriff, right? Joe, like basically there was like a plane crashing or whatever, and obviously the local cops investigate, and upon the scene, like a little bit away from the crash, Joe finds a girl that she eventually named, her and her family give her the name Piper, but Piper isn't just some normal girl. She's almost like, the best comparison I can make is she's a little bit like Eleven from Stranger Things, like obviously having like abilities and stuff like that. So obviously the series is about like, oh, who is this girl, how she's able, like obviously it's about keeping it a secret about what she's capable of doing, her being a little different, knowing stuff she shouldn't know type of thing, because she seems like a normal girl, but there's actually more to her, because obviously there's also like government official level people, or at least people pretending to be government officials looking for her, and it's like, what is that? It's like, what's that all about? So it's up to Joe kind of, taking her into her family. Obviously that includes her ex-husband, her daughter, and her father, and this family that gets created around Piper, but also figuring out the mystery behind her. It's a really good series. It goes in certain directions you don't expect, where you're like, oh, certain reveals happen, you're like, oh, that's interesting, because I wasn't really sure, like at first, this is a little spoilers, but when I was watching it, like when the trailers initially dropped, I was like, are we dealing with like an alien situation? And it turns out not to be an alien situation. It's something else. I'll just leave it at that. But sadly, the show was canceled after its first season, which I'm so bummed about, because the show ends on a big cliffhanger that I would have loved, because obviously there's still a lot of more mystery about Piper and, her whole situation, especially at the end of the season. Like, some major changes happened to Piper at the very end, both not only just the cliffhanger aspect of like, oh, like, oh, villains get revealed to be like, oh, we've got this big plan in play type of cliffhanger, but there's also aspects about her character where it's like, oh, that's different about you, and what kind of effect will that have on you going forward? Obviously it ties into like the villain's plans and stuff like that, but it was a really, really interesting series that, like, obviously there's still so many more mysteries that could be unveiled, and obviously it's like, all this is happening while Joe is unaware. Obviously there's also figuring out where certain other characters landed. Obviously, like, you kind of had to say goodbye to certain characters in certain regards. It's like, would that officially be the end for them, or could it be something more with them in the future? Maybe not. What this like I said, I was kind of getting to, like, villains' plans kind of get revealed, even villains get revealed. I would have loved to see what they would have done with the second season. The show ran from 2019 to 2020, so it's not like it's been a long time. It's still in that fresh enough phase, and I'm like, maybe there's still enough window and room for it to come back, on a streaming service or something like that. I'd love for the show to get like a second chance, because I would love to see where the show would go in the second season. They'll probably try and balance more of the whole, like, Piper trying to like live a normal life, because they probably think like, oh, it's over, it's safe. Obviously great that we know that they know that there's still people out there that would be after Piper, so, but trying to probably rein that all in and balance that out, and obviously Joe's personal life, the complicated relationship with her ex-husband, that whole thing. But yeah, I hope, fingers crossed, hoping that, in some shape or form this show does come back. I wouldn't want it just to be like, oh, we get a second season and that's it. It's like, no, I want the show to have a full life. Once again, is that thing of just let the show tell the story it needs to tell. Like, if it takes 4 seasons, it takes 4 seasons. It takes 3 seasons, it takes 3 seasons. Just want the story to be fully, told, So hopefully something can happen where the show gets a chance to come back. But really, that's all I want to talk about. So the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, live life to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day and good